I'm Jason Epperson. This is RV Miles, and it's time for the latest in RV and camping news. First up, America's largest RV show, or what most of us call the Hershey RV Show in Hershey, Pennsylvania, with 46,000 people in attendance over the course of the 5-day show. That's just about 1,200 fewer than last year, but about in line with 2023. The big story out of the show is really that some brands are holding back some major debuts from the show, saving them for the private dealer open house that's held in the Elkhart, Indiana area each year, where dealers place orders for their new units. Usually happens in late September. New RVs we've heard about, like the Keystone Walkabout and the Jayco EV motorhome, were not at the show. That's not to say there weren't any debuts, however. Of course, lots of brands had lots of new floor plans, but in terms of actual new lines, well, Newmar debuted its first ever compact Class C motorhome. It's called the Freedom Air, and it's built on a Mercedes-Benz 4500 chassis. One floor plan features an optional space-maximizing furniture configuration that combines theater seating with a king-size Murphy bed that transforms into a spacious dinette. The all-new Summit Air, built on a Freightliner Cascadia chassis, boasts an industry-exclusive full air ride cab system and a 30,000-pound towing capacity, available in two 45-foot floor plans, including a bunk model. Newmar's big competitor, Tiffin, went a different route, debuting a motorhome line called the Open Trail, which you might think looks a bit like the Winnebago Echo. And you'd be right, but it's a bit more luxurious and a bit more expensive, of course, with MSRPs in the 260,000s. More in a moment, but first, this episode is sponsored by RVmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding. Get a real mattress for your RV instead of the cheap piece of foam that it came with at RVmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding. They sell real mattresses in all the odd sizes RVs require, like short kings, Olympic queens, odd bunk sizes, different thicknesses, and more. Their mattresses are toxin-free, made in their factory in Arizona, and shipped to you vacuum-sealed wherever you are. You just unwrap them and let them expand. They have a 120-night sleep trial, free shipping, and a limited lifetime warranty. But the best part is the RV Miles community gets 30% off, the best deal they ever offer, any day of the year with code RVMiles at RVmattress.com/RVMiles. That's RVmattress.com/RVMiles with code RVMiles at checkout for 30% off. Sister brands Rockwood and Flagstaff have two new fifth wheel floor plans over 40 foot long. Previously, they only offered floor plans under 37 feet. And this was something interesting. All 2026 Rockwood fifth wheels will feature spray foam insulated front caps instead of batt insulation. RPod launched its new unmapped rugged adventure trailer line, which debuted with a lineup of floor plans between 26 and 29 feet and under 6,000 pounds dry. It features a bar-to-table concept, which allows the customer to have bar-top seating, a 4-person dinette table, and full-size standard theater seat, all in a model that's under 30 feet long. The side patio trend continues in the 2026 model year. Of course, the new 2026 Sabre 37 RV Miles was at the Hershey RV Show with various upgrades since we launched it back in January. Alliance has a new floor plan using that same side patio system, but they've made theirs into an outdoor kitchen with a pass-through window. It's the Paradigm 388 SP, a 40-foot couples coach. Nate and Marissa from Less Junk More Journey debuted their collaboration with Grand Design, which is now available for anyone to order. The Solitude 414 LJMJ features a side patio entertainment area, as does Grand Design's new Momentum 339M toy hauler. For me, one of the biggest surprises at the show was the new Winnebago Thrive travel trailer. Winnebago has struggled a bit to find its footing in the travel trailer segment over the last several years, and I think the Thrive could solve that. Thrive comes in 5 floor plans between 22 and 31 feet with 1 to 2 slide outs each, designed to suit a wide range of lifestyles. They look upscale but uncomplicated, fresh, and modern. Thrive has nice little details. Every door and drawer throughout features soft closers. There's blackout shades, integrated utensil organizers, and pull-out recycling bins. It's not the cheapest travel trailer on the market, but it's also not the most expensive. And I think it's a daring entry at a time when mid-priced units aren't really selling that well. There were also some product debuts at the Hershey RV Show, one being a residential flush toilet option from Moride that lets you temporarily bypass the black tank when you're on full hookups. If you want to see the full overview of that, you can find it on the product showcase video I did on the show. I'll link to it in the comments. A few prices I traced to compare to last year's offerings at the Hershey RV Show were definitely down by a few $1,000s, and there was a bit of a push at the show to sell small entry-level units under the $10,000 mark. From what I've been hearing over and over is that the lower price stuff is doing pretty well. The high-end stuff is doing pretty well. The mid-price stuff has been struggling. From some of the feedback I've gotten from the Hershey Show, that might be changing a little bit. The show comes as for the second month in a row and the third time dating back to 2023, there was a year-over-year increase in monthly RV sales from the retail registration data collected by Statistical Surveys, Inc. There were 38,477 retail registrations of RVs in July of 2025, which is 802 more units, or slightly more than 2%, over the same period in 2024. Year-to-date, RV sales are down 1.5% over the course of the year. At least in the number of units, I imagine dollar figures are a bit lower. Of course, I had a great time at the Hershey RV Show meeting so many of you, and if you're headed to the Florida RV Show in Tampa in January, I hope to see you there. Abby will be along with me that time. And if you want to know my thoughts and opinions on most of the units I saw at the Hershey RV Show, head over to the RV Miles podcast, where Abby and I chat about that in depth for a bit. Finally, a handful of brief stories. According to a press release from the Outdoor Hospitality Industry Association, or OHI, legislation has been introduced in the state of Wisconsin to repeal the personal property tax on recreational vehicles and seasonal or owned RV sites. Wisconsin repealed most personal property taxes in 2023, but RVs weren't included. And RV Life, the RV GPS app and suite of digital tools, has announced it has surpassed 3 million members. Congratulations to all. And you know that woman who went viral for demanding a guy hand over a home run ball that he fielded from near her seat at a Phillies game? Well, the kid that lost the ball to her was treated like a king by both the Phillies and the Marlins afterward, and then praises from outside the game began to roll in, including one from Camping World CEO Marcus Lemonis. Lemonis is gifting the family an unspecified RV and sending them to the World Series. That's it for this week's RV and Camping News Roundup. If you got something out of this video, hit the like button. If you want more, like it, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.